Where's Bridgy? The other's coming.
Puppy Palooza.
Bridget's a dog whisperer. Bye, Riley. Hi, Riley. Bye.
No, don't be quick.
Hey guys, we had such a fun weekend celebrating Bridget, and now it's Monday, it's St. Patty's, and just put everything away from the trip, so glad that's over, and going to try and finish the favorites. It has been super good, and I have around 100 pages left, so we will see what ends up happening, but the pups are just kind of sleepy. They had breakfast and everything, so they're just winding down. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a happy Monday. Hey guys, I finished the favorites since you last saw my clip, and it was so good. You will see the rest of my thoughts in the March wrap up for sure, but I finished that. I've been doing chores, whatever, finally got ready. I am wearing green, like my stretchy, like what do you call it, like flowy pants. And yeah, so I'm all ready to go have some corned beef and cabbage for dinner. But I figured before Grant gets home that I would film a little haul of what we got, or what I got from In Bloom Bookery, which is the bookstore that you got to see clips of earlier. And it's basically a romance bookstore that opened up in Temecula, and we happened to be doing a trip out that way for Bridget's birthday. So I had gotten some like advertisements basically on Instagram about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it's opening like the weekend we're gonna be there. So we were super excited. It was opening at 10 a.m. We got there like 10:40 because we had to like check out and everything prior to that, so we wanted to make sure we didn't forget anything. And but there was already a line when we got there, so it was really cool to see because there were so many people that came out and were supporting the bookstore, and it's just like a small local bookstore owned by these ladies, I believe. I don't know their names or anything like that, but you could tell they really love what they're doing there, and so it's really cool to see. But we literally, I think it took us 3 hours to get in because it was opening day, and they were so sweet. They were like offering like free mimosas like and everything while people were waiting, water, like just checking in on everyone because they were really flattered that everyone would just wait to really come and see. And the shop was super cute, and they had like a really wonderful selection, I have to say, because it wasn't just like stuff you would see in Barnes and Nobles, but it was also like a lot of indie authors as well that I had seen, that I had bought books from, and to see them in person in like an actual bookshop was really cool to see. And a lot of books that I hadn't heard of from, because they had like so many genres, from like LGBTQ plus genres to dark romance to romantasy to fantasy, to young adult to new adult just like a whole like hockey romance, like sports romance section, and then more like women's literary fiction and stuff like that. And they even had like books in Spanish. I don't know if they had other languages as well, but I realized some of the books that I've seen before, but they were the Spanish versions in store, and it was super cute. Like, and they still had quite a big selection when we got there, but just like a lot of variety is what I would say. It wasn't just like 10 copies of the books you always see, or like the mainstream ones that everyone talks about, which is really neat. And then they had so much like cute like bookish merch, like tote bags, mini tote bags, markers, bookmarks, stickers, candles, just like all kinds of stuff, notebooks, merchandise, so like sweatshirts, t-shirts, and I'm trying to think what else specifically, matchboxes. It was just like adorable to see how much attention to detail they had, and obviously it was quite packed because it's opening day, and so like we got to peruse everywhere in the store for sure. But I think sometimes when we go to like a bookstore for the first time, usually they're not at that extreme or like at capacity, so you take a long time to like look around, you start reading the books that you want to buy, and like go back and forth and stuff before you make your purchases. But like obviously in the event of this grand opening, you know, we knew everyone else was waiting and stuff like that, and it was a little bit different, I guess, circumstances. But I wanted to show you the books I got. I got Phantasma, which I had seen, I think on YouTube and stuff like that, and people had just said that it was a romantic scene. I didn't know much about it, and then when we were at one of our lunches or dinners or something, Bridget had mentioned that she read it, and she said it was just like a lot of fun. It's basically like a haunted house, and there's like these high stake games going on, but because it's kind of like the house has its own things going on as well as part of like the games piece, and then there's like a romance and it's fantasy, so you have all of that going on at the same time, and it's just a little bit wild. And she just said it was a bit of fun, and it just sounded like hilarious, and I was like, you know, I've been really into books that you really can't predict what's gonna be happening, and so I felt like, okay, I think there's gonna be a moment when I want to read something like this. So I saw it there. They only had 2 copies left, so I was like, you know, I want to read it, and I think they have a sequel already out, if I'm correct. Then this is one of the books that I actually saw in their like Instagram and everything, because they were posting like the bookshop was almost ready, and this is a book that I spotted in the shop, and it's one that I've been looking for but I haven't seen in person. It's just because it's not as known like a mainstream book, but it's called Between Friends and Lovers, and it's supposed to be, I think, like a love triangle, but it's not what it seems like. And I heard the writing's really beautiful. I'm hoping it's kind of like Emily Henry writing, or like Abby Jimenez, because I only heard good things, so I really wanted to pick it up, and I'm so glad. We literally like found the last copy in the shop, so I was ecstatic to see that. And the last book I got was Birthday Girl, which is so funny. When I was checking out one of the owners, I believe, she was like, oh my gosh, like I made my best friend buy this like the day previously, because they had like a special small event for Lucy Score's new book that came out, and she's like, I made my friend buy this, so you have to message me online after you finish it and let me know what you think. So this might be the book I read next, just because I'm super curious. But Penelope Douglas, I've read Punk 4727. I know it's something 7. It's been a while, but I thought her writing was like really easy to read, very binge-worthy. The characters were well developed, but she's known for like taboo books, which is like why I haven't really ventured out like to read more of her books. But this is one of the books that a lot of my favorite YouTubers do like, and it's kind of like that guilty pleasure kind of book. But basically, I think Punk 47, it's gonna bother me, whatever it's called. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, But it's more like a bully romance. They're in high school and like all this that goes on, and it's kind of like a plot twist and things that all happen, but they're like pen pals. And yeah, but I did really like that book, and I felt like you're in high school, the angst, the like anxiety that you have with everything doing with high school, the insecurities, it's all in there, and I felt like it was very atmospheric, so I did like her writing. And so we'll see. So I'm gonna read Birthday Girl. This one is supposed to be no bullying, because I don't think I'm really like a bully fan in romances. It's just like usually doesn't, I can't stand for it. But I believe this is just age gap, and then I think it's literally like her ex-boyfriend's dad. So we'll see. But I've just been curious that I've never seen it like in a store, and it was the last one, and I was like, you know, maybe I should just buy it, because I know I read it, because I'm intrigued, right? I mean, if you've looked at Penelope Douglas, she is known for all that hoopla, right? So this is not even her worst, right? So yeah. And then lastly, we ran out of our candles because Bridget got us she got me the like Cassian, Azrael, and Reese candles from a different book or a candle maker. I think like on Etsy or something. But we ran out, like we burned our last of that candle like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And so we were smelling some of the candles there, and they had this one, which you can see, Shadow Daddy. And I mean, if you read any kind of romantasy, that would make sense to you. And basically it says, the dark and delicious villains we can't help but root for. Mysterious, seductive, and morally gray in the best way. This candle knows how to command the room and your heart. And it's from In Bloom Bookery. But it's super nice, like kind of like cologne, like just a really nice smelling guy, pretty much. And yeah, that's all I got from In Bloom Bookery, and this weekend was so much fun. I know this is just kind of like a little glimpse of like what happened, but I just figured I would share with you guys, and excited to add some more books. Thanks for watching. Bye.